do you think the future holds for Colby?
I feel like now, especially with Ryan kind of getting into what he's getting into, and I've obviously gotten very close to Jimmy.
Colby's mom, that's a cougar?
And then obviously there's, you know, old cowboy.
Yeah, we all cowboys.
The hell you are.
He's kind of now trying to figure out what all this is.
What the fuck does that mean?
You know, like it's obviously the Yellowstone is much more than, you know, wrangling cattle and playing poker at night. You know, like there's a whole other organizational thing that's going on, and it seems like everybody knows about it except for Colby in a way, or everybody else has accepted it except for Colby.
If you had a lick of sense, you'd quit too.
And I think that potentially going forward, he's not gonna be like in denial about it, and he's really gonna have to come to terms with what these situations look like. I mean, you know, you have him going off and doing what he's doing, and then even old cowboys like, I'm leaving, and you start to put all these pieces together of like Ryan wanting to leave, and it's like all these people are like kind of desperate to get out or to be put up, and I'm the only one that's kind of like, I'm cool where I'm at. You know, what am I trying to do? You know, clearly I know I'm not gonna be in the office working with Jamie. I definitely think that it would be amazing to take more of a physical role just to see a complete turn, but at the same time, trying to keep that purity of him.
I would bet that Ryan is going to start to stir the pot and put a division between different factions within the bunkhouse and also maybe the outside world, so he can start to pick a party that he might be able to become the leader of later on. I think he's tired of getting sort of beat on by Cole and just treated like a child.
You know how to shut the fuck up. He asked if there was any questions in the right.
And he's putting things in position to take over when the time is right. So he's creating that mix, and then when it explodes, he's gonna pick up all the pieces on one side or the other. Yeah, I don't think he cares, to be honest, in the end. What about you? Where does Jimmy go after all of this time? Where does he end up?
It's a really tricky question, because I think that at the end of the season, the last tether that held Jimmy to the world outside of the Yellowstone is gone. His grandfather's dead, so this is his only family. It's his only sort of ship in a storm. But I also think that he is just learning what that life is. He's seeing what Rip is capable of and learning what he might be asked to do, and he's gonna have to contend with whether he's comfortable with that. I think that he came on the ranch in part to escape a life of criminality.
You're a thief.
And to escape a dark path.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
And he's now contending with the fact that he's sort of
You start Monday.
out of the oven into the frying pan, or whatever that expression is.
Yeah, there's nothing else out there.
Yeah, he's on another dark path, right?
Yeah.
If Rip is the future,
Yeah.
that's a dangerous path to walk down.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that it looks like that's sort of Jimmy's future. Jimmy's future is following in Rip's footsteps.
Yeah.
And Rip's not a happy, healthy person.
You all right?
So I think that Jimmy has to sort of ask himself what he's willing to do, how far
Right.
he's willing to go to serve this new family. You know, I think that's in part what the journey of the second season is for Jimmy, is like coming to understand exactly what he signed up for and how wearing the brand puts a distance between him and folks that aren't branded, and like inexorably ties him to people that wear the brand. Why would you do that?
Why do you think?
Ryan is definitely not physically branded. He is mentally and emotionally well past that, so the brand would be just, I'm already in this place so deep. I think in terms of his operation, he's accepted what it would mean to have that,
You want in?
and he's already doing that. So it would be just, oh, you want to pay me? You want me to write a check for it? Sure, I'll do that.
I know.
But I think that's part of his plan, is to go through that.
Colby's not branded, and it is interesting because you take a position where you see others that you're surrounded by being branded, and so you kind of emotionally check yourself as far as like what that means, because you see yourself doing the same work as them. But because there's certain things that are happening, you know, after dark that you're not privy to, that's kind of where that separation really comes in. Given the chance for Colby to be branded, I think it's very interesting to see what even that would look like as far as what how he feels.
You want it?
I don't know if that's Colby's path. I don't know what he's really paying attention more. I think especially since Jimmy came to the ranch and there's like this young kind of vivacious person that didn't really grow up here, and then seeing you kind of get thrust in, being branded, and then constantly contemplating whether you want to be here and what that looks like, but then also seeing yourself trying to wrestle with just submersing yourself,
I don't think I'm cut out for this.
Nobody is, Jimmy.
you know, with everything. So wondering what that would be like have been on the ranch much longer, what being branded would even look like, and if that's something that he wasn't trying to run away from in the first place.
One word to describe this season. It's hard, but
Action.
Yeah.
Gut wrenching.
I'm gonna say uncontrollable. Desperation.
Escalation.
Manipulation. You're just finding things that rhyme.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. I just wanna make sure.
Perspiration.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Condensation.
Right.
Amelioration.
Levitation. Just to bring it back.
That was a weird scene. I won't be surprised if that gets cut.
It doesn't vibe with everything. Finito?
We did it?
Shoot. Team photo?
That is